Okay, it's now time for me to welcome in Dr. Adepa Akapo. He is a member of the COVID-19. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please take the seat.
Right.
Excellent. I love your scraps.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to understand in a very short time how the vaccines work. We have had, a bit of confidence has been built. Or let me ask you from what you've been doing today. Have you overseen some vaccination today?
Yes.
And where and who?
I have been at the Ridge Hospital. That's where I work, Greater Accra Regional Hospital. I'm part of the COVID-19 management team. And so today we had a launch of the vaccination. And so members of the Council of State were there to be vaccinated. The former senior minister was there. The chief of staff was there. And some dignitaries. The Adom-Otchere was there to get vaccinated. And I'm excited because it has whipped some enthusiasm in the populace. And it has allayed the fears and skepticism of the people who hitherto thought that the vaccine was rather to depopulate us instead of to protect us against the real infection. So I'm excited. For me, there are two advantages that I see as a frontline worker. Taking the vaccine personally is to protect me and to reduce my risk of getting infected as I expose myself every day to the people that I see. And therefore, that confidence is going to be built among the doctors in the front line, the nurses, the critical care nurses, the anesthesiologists, intensivists, to be able to now go in and do more to save lives of the people who.
You mean it's going to increase the confidence of the frontline health worker?
Yes, of course, because you know that you have protection. The vaccine is supposed to give you some acquired immunity. This immunity is adaptive, it's humoral. It is to, whip up your white cells to build antibodies that will be present. It's just like now we are training soldiers to be ready for the real deal. Okay, so this is a war with an unseen force.
On your screen now is President Akufo-Addo's event. Big event yesterday when he took the vaccine. Did the president take it at the Ridge Hospital?
No, he took it at the 37 Military Hospital.
Yes. Okay. So go on. So the vaccine comes into your body and it builds white cells. That's the point you're making.
No, white cells are recruited when the vaccine is an antigen.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a foreign body that enters into your body, and the body begins to recognize this body as a foreign body. So it recruits the soldiers, which are the B lymphocytes, to build antibodies. So let's say the body is a nation that is under attack by a foreign agent. And therefore, the body is able to recruit its soldiers to fight the... So this is a mock exercise that the body is doing to be ready for the SARS-CoV-2. When it enters your body, really, antibodies will be ready to fight it and neutralize it. But if the vaccine did not come and you are exposed, you are going to get the same antibodies. However, it is at a price. And the price is the pneumonia that you get. The price is the debilitation that people come out of the disease and they have post-COVID complications. The price you pay could be death, and we have lost a lot of people already. Close to 600 people have been lost to the virus in Ghana alone, and globally, you know the numbers.
That's interesting. So, if you have the virus positive, should you take the vaccine, or that's a different matter?
No, if you have the virus, now it's going. The virus is going to build antibodies for you, so you should get treated. You don't have to take the vaccine. But if you have recovered already and it's within 6 months, you can still take the vaccine. However, if you are actively infected, no, you do not have to take the vaccine. You rather have to be treated.
Okay, so those who are saying the vaccine could be, and there are people who have joked about, okay, the important people taking, how do we know that what he's taking is what I will get? What do we say to such people?
Look, Paul, for the fact that the president took this vaccine, even the former president took this vaccine. You know, look, these big men, there is no controversy as to whether or not they should be skeptical about their health. That should send a signal to us as a nation that if you have no idea of how a particular thing that is beneficial to you works, listen and follow your leaders who are fully committed to making sure that they build an immunity for themselves. I mean, if you doubt it and you die, Paul, that's the end of it. But if you just go and get this vaccine and you build the immunity, then you will realize that if the disease comes, even if you fall sick. On
your screen is President John Dramani Mahama, videos that you may have already seen, taking the vaccine and his beautiful yellow Lacoste. He says it's not painful.
No, it's not.
And it's a very short, seconds?
Seconds, and you're done.
Do we have to be taking a second one in Ghana?
Yes, we do have to take a second one.
So have you personally taken?
I have my card.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah. I took the vaccine today.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, I'm a frontline worker.
Yeah, okay.
And I have taken the vaccine. And I encourage everybody to do the same.
And it wasn't painful?
It wasn't painful. I took it on my left upper arm.
Is that the only place people can take it?
No, of course. I mean, on the left upper arm is the recommended site for everybody. Unless, of course, you have, an infection, you cannot lift your left upper arm, freely.
Left, not right.
Not right.
Certainly left.
Certainly
okay.
left. So unless there is something wrong with the left upper arm, then the right upper arm will be an alternative.
I see. Okay, so is that the only place, left upper arm?
Left upper arm.
You can't take it on the thigh or...
No.
I see.
It goes into the deltoid muscle.
I see. Okay, it goes to what muscle?
The deltoid muscle on the left.
What muscle is that? And this on your screen is Samira Baumia, second lady, and I believe just past was Alhaji Muhammadu Baumia. This looks like police hospital, is that, Dr. Adepa?
Yes.
Is it correct?
The vice president,
yes, the vice president.
And his spouse took the vaccine at the police hospital.
At the police hospital. And the president and his spouse are there.
Took it at the 37 military hospital.
Okay.
The Council of State members took it.
Who is that? Could that be the Minister of Interior? Okay, this is a police commander?
Yes, there's a police commander.
The IGP?
Yes, IGP, Bueno.
Yes, he also taken at the police hospital.
He also took it at the police hospital.
Okay, Alhaji Muhammadu Baumia is waving.
Yes.
So what reaction should people expect when they've taken the vaccine? Nothing?
Nothing. Almost nothing. Well, some people may have an immediate inflammation of the area. We call it erythema. You may see some reddening because a needle has entered your muscle. So that response of the living tissue to trauma is called an inflammation. So you may have it there. But I didn't even have that the whole of the time, and that was it.
Okay. Who shouldn't take this vaccine?
Immunocompromised people.
That means what?
Like people living with HIV/AIDS, people who have some form of cancers, the terminal cancers and all that, whose immune system cannot support the vaccine, should not take it. Pregnant women should not take the vaccine, but lactating mothers can take the vaccine.
When they say people with comorbidities, we heard that throughout this COVID period. Should they take or should they not take?
People with underlying factors like comorbidities, like hypertension, like diabetes, like some even with asthma, they are our targets.
They should take quickly.
They should take quickly the vaccine. Everybody who has an underlying condition is eligible to jump the queue and take the vaccine. And the elderly. So you see, age is a factor, it's a risk factor to COVID-19 severity. And therefore, I am excited at the way the task force has arranged the groups or the categories of people. I'm excited about the stratification. And that's what we're going to follow throughout the vaccination period. And I'm glad the professionalism, those who have been recruited to give the vaccination, did it today. A lot of young people who wanted to cross were stopped. If you were not 60 and above, you did not take the vaccine today.
That's category 1.
Category 1.
Okay, as the president indicated.
Yes, as the president indicated. And Paul,
how do you show you bring a card?
Yes, everybody brings a valid ID card. So everybody who is going to come tomorrow and go to the various centers of vaccination, remember to carry your card along, a valid ID card.
What about sickle cell people?
They can take the vaccine.
Sickle cell can take.
Yes.
They are not out of the. They're not category.
They're not out of the category.
Okay, I see. That's interesting. But 600,000.
Yes.
30 million people.
Yes.
What does that mean? That's a task force question.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means that if we're going to go by the stratification, then 300,000 people are going to be. It's going to suffice for just 300,000 people because they need to take a second dose. However, according to the stratification, that should suffice for the first batch. A next batch is going to come, and government has made arrangements already, I believe, to bring in the vaccines as we go along. So those who do not fall in the first category, your turn will come.
I see. Okay, that's interesting, Doc. So since you took it, have you drank water? Have you eaten? Are you able to eat kenke?
Oh, yes.
Did you feel dizzy a little bit?
No, not at all.
I see.
Not at all.
But you guys have done an excellent job, and the Accra Regional Hospital has been under a lot of pressure in this period, and that's a very, very good job. We are more excited and delighted because you are from Presec, which makes us even more
That's
proud.
why I'm in blue.
It makes us proud. Oh, wow. So what would be your last word? What would you tell us?
Paul, I want to send this message out that, I'm excited the way our leaders from every category or from every walk of life, religious, cultural, executive, judiciary, legislature, have, in fact, the former speaker was at Ridge Hospital today.
Yeah.
And I was so excited to see all these categories of people come together to whip up interest in the nation and to debunk, the vaccine apathy or vaccine resistance or hesitancy by the population. If you see all these category of people rushing to take the vaccine, it tells you something that if you who will be at a higher risk refuse to take it while it is free, then it's up to you. And when you catch the virus, because, Paul, there are new mutations of the virus coming up. It is
but
not
these
just
mutations that came out after the vaccine was prepared, how
Yes.
does the vaccine deal with it?
Well, the vaccine deals with it because the structure is basically the same. The genetic mutation is just a slight portion either on the body of the virus or on the core protein or on the spike protein. The reason we had a spike after the Christmas festivities was that the mutations that came up later were on the spike protein. You see, so that made the virus more virulent and more infectious. So this time around, if you take the vaccine and get your immune system propped up, when the time comes for you to, or you get infected, it's not going to be as severe as we have seen in this short period of January to February. Yeah. So I encourage everybody.
So even if new mutations come up later, the vaccine
will deal with them. The vaccine will deal with them. The protection or the antibody, in fact, the induction of antibody production is such that the body will even produce a memory cell. Okay? Now, so that memory cell will tell the body that, oh, you have been infected with this kind of virus before or a similar thing. And immediately the active one comes into your body. The memory cell immediately is converted to antibodies that deals with it and neutralizes it. And you do not fall into or go into the severe or critical stage. It's a very, very sad thing to see people who are critical and to see them die out of COVID. It's not a good sign.
We've heard very terrible stories.
It's a very
in the
terrible
media for those who survived.
Yes,
Nearly survived.
for those who survived. The post-COVID complications are very devastating. Paul, COVID is everything. It can attack your brain and give you a stroke. We have seen people with COVID psychosis. COVID makes people mad. We have seen people with pulmonary embolism. COVID can cause clots that enter into your lung and kill you instantly. We have seen people with kidney failure due to COVID. It's not a good sight.
It can do anything.
COVID can do anything to anybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll leave it here, Doc. Thank you so much for your time. And Doc joined us on very short notice. And you're going back to Ridge Hospital, I guess?
Yes.
They're working around the clock. Okay. A round of applause, everybody in the studio. Let's clap for Doc. All right. Okay, Doc. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure.
Yes.
Yes, that way.
Right.
And then,
Okay.
okay.